What's up, everybody? Well, you see what I got in my hands. Yes, this is the deer that I shot October 1st on opening morning, and I found him on the 26th of January. Today is the 28th. It is about 10 o'clock in the morning. Beautiful, beautiful. It's about 38 degrees, supposed to get up to another 50 degrees today. It's just been just a beautiful weekend. But yes, this is the one that I did shoot at, and I am so happy. I mean, it really closed the story on this buck. I mean, it just made me feel so overwhelmed and humble about this buck, finding him like I did, and I never stopped believing that I would not find him, because if you don't go out and look for him, you're not gonna find him. So I went out and looked for him, and I just kept positive about it and say that I'm gonna find this buck. I told my wife many times. I told her on Friday when I dropped her off. I told her Friday. She said, "What you gonna do Friday?" I said, "Well, babe, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna go look for this buck. It's a beautiful day, no snow. If he died, I'm gonna find him. And if I don't find him, then he made it." But so I did find him. He was only 180 some yards from my tree stand, and he was tucked underneath. He was under his bones. His main bones were right by a willow tree in the swamp. He was right off about 10-12 yards off the swamp, and so he was right on the edge. So then his head and his backbone and his rib cage were off to the side a little bit, so you know, because coyotes, they all drag, all animals are dragging and everything. But it looked like he died. I gave him 8 hours, over 8 hours. It looked like he died that day. So I'm just so happy. My family asks me, how do you know that this is the buck that you shot? And I said, well, you know, I hunted for 40 years, and you know, a hunter, and you guys know, a hunter, as a hunter, you know, when you look at a deer, every rack is not the same. But when you can find detail of a rack and what is it, you know, the shape of it, the length of it, you can, it's in your mind, you know. Okay, so when I saw this buck come in, he was just like this. Okay, I mean, when I saw him, he was already bent down, his head was down. What I saw was, I saw this. And tall, his G2s were tall. I saw this crimp, you know, like it bent in. I saw that. And then when he raised up and he turned and he looked at me, he didn't look at me, but he looked towards me, I just seen how tall this was. And that's what I paid attention to. So when I walked up on him, bam, I knew that was him. When I walked up on him, and you'll see it in the video, I got it all on video on my GoPro, and you'll see this is him. I mean, I knew that was him. So I'm just very proud of this deer. I think this might be my first Pope and Young. One of my goals in my hunting career is I wanted to get me a Pope and Young with my bow, and I have never got one. Came close many times. I have Pope and Youngs, when they're not Pope and Youngs, but I have over 120-inch deer on my wall, but they were shot by black powder and muzzleloader. So this right here, I'm just so proud. I mean, I'm tickled about this deer. I mean, this deer is gonna look wonderful on my wall. Just love the character of it. I just like the sticker of it. He's actually a 9-point. That'd be a deduction, but he's got good. He's thick. You know, he's not pinly. He's thick, and he's got these two G2s. They're tall, you know, and they pretty much look like they're even. Might be a little deduction here. This is going to be a deduction. So he might pass. He might get it. He might just get it barely. We'll see though, and I'll be happy, and I'll give you an update on that too when I find out. So I just made this video because my GoPro has been happening too. This happened to me 3 times this season. My GoPro I'll be on record, and then when I get it down here and edit it, sometimes the sound is not in it. So I had turned back on my GoPro to say some more things, and it's not sound on it. So I'm just recapping and closing out on this story on this buck, the end of this story on this buck. So I also want to thank my family. My family, I couldn't even be out here doing this on private land. I hunted public land most of my life, but I did hunt private land when I was younger too. So that's when I got a 9-point on when I was 14 years old on my own property. But anyway, I can't thank enough of my family, and can't thank enough of my wife for letting me do what I do. You know, with all the patience she has and everything, and she knows I love this, and she will never take it away from me, and she lets me do, you know, what I want. Let me do this sport. And I also want to dedicate this to my father. This is the guy. My father's the one that started me into this hunting. He's the one that trained me in everything. He's the one that taught me. He gave me his wisdom in the woods. He gave me knowledge. He gave me everything. And he's the one that put a bow in my hand. I had a recurve, and he's the one that taught me how to shoot and all that. And I want to dedicate him because he passed August 1st, 2016. And I miss him. I miss talking to him, because that's all we talked about all the time, is what I was doing out here in these woods and how the deer are looking. And he enjoyed the pictures of on my trail cameras and stuff like that. He was a big turkey hunter, and he'd come out here every year and get him a gobbler every year, summer and fall. I mean spring and fall. He would get him a gobbler. He was just that good. I just didn't. I did it, but I just don't like it. So this didn't pique my interest. So, but I wanted to dedicate it to him too. Without him, I wouldn't even be in this position that I am right now. So I just wanted to say that. You never. That's what I tell you. And as a hunter, it's your responsibility, but you never give up. Don't give up. This is what happens when you don't give up. You find something this remarkable to me. So on that, you guys, y'all have a great Sunday, and we'll get back with you. Peace. Hey, what's up everybody? It's January 26th. Beautiful day. It's like 38. It's 10:30 in the morning. It's supposed to get up to about 48 today, almost 50. So I'm gonna take advantage of today. Yesterday was a beautiful day too, but we still had snow on the ground. And yesterday it took care of it. I mean, all the snow's gone, so we're going to go out and look for that buck that I shot on opening day. Recover, try to see if I can find them. So I'm only going to spend like a couple hours in the woods. I'm going in the back. I had cameras out in the back there where I shot them at. I had them. I pulled them November 18th. I pulled them out of there, and I never got them on the camera again back there. So, and all my other cameras all around the whole area of my property never had got them again. So on that, he might be dead. So we're gonna go out and search for him. So, and along the way, if I see a shed too, I'm gonna grab it. So we're gonna do that. So okay, well, you guys stay tuned, and I'll be back when I get out there in the woods. All right guys, we made it out here. This is the north field. You can see it. And you can see I have a stand right there. Didn't even hunt it this year or last year. So I was more concentrated on I was concentrating more over on
the bedding area, where I put my new stand up. So I did a lot of hunting over there, and seen a lot of stuff too. A lot of nice deer. So but off to the back that way is where the funnel stand is at, and that's where I shot that deer on opening day. So we're gonna get to walking and getting up in here. Alrighty, let's get in here. There goes a scrape. That's the first time this year, or last year. That wasn't there for years. This is the first time they made that, and they had a branch right there. So that's cool. Before they head off into the fields. So, oh man, this feels great to get back in the woods again. A little update. I'll give you a recap, not update, but a recap of the hunting season while I'm walking. The hunting season went very well this year. I did not harvest any deer though. I had chances, especially on opening day. I had several other chances of harvesting a mature buck. This year, last year, was different for me because it was my first time filming, and so had to get used to doing this filming, and I love it. Okay, so it was great to do that. So that was something new for last year for me for hunting. I've been hunting for 40 years, and that was very, very fun and interesting. I loved it. So I'm looking forward to this year and years coming and filming. And yeah, so okay, so I mainly hunted I hunted opening day back here, and that's I never did come back out and hunt my funnel stand. Well, after I shot that deer on opening day, I had a camera out here, and I came out here several times to check it, and all I had was a lot of does coming into bed in the morning, a lot of bucks, young bucks. I had one mature 12-point come in, and he came at nighttime, and that was the only thing that came through there. I pulled him out November 18th. I pulled that camera out November 18th. Did not see the deer that I had shot at all. So, and I didn't hunt the rest of the season back here. So after I shot that deer, I kind of figured I just didn't want to come back out here to disturb it, because I knew later I was going to go back out here. If I couldn't find it then, I was going to go back out here and find it. I don't want to go trample through trying to find that deer through the season. So I did for 3 days. We had some people help me, and that's good. But after that, I didn't want to come back in here. I just left it alone. So, but I learned a lot. I learned some more things. Every year you hunt, you learn. I do, and I've learned some more things, and I'm going to apply them this year in my season this year. So I want to relocate 2 stands, and I want to buy 2 more new stands. The stands I have now, I have 3 or 4 of them that are real comfortable, but I have a lot more that are not comfortable, and I have a back issue. If you guys didn't know, I had surgery done 3 years ago, and it was a fusion. I had 3 disc removal, 5, 4, and Season1 disc removal and artificial disc, and I have titanium screws and rods in my back. So I need to sit. Sitting is a problem for me. If I sit for a long period of time, it goes through my body. It hurts. So I have to start getting some tree stands that are really comfortable for me to sit in. So that's what we're going to do this year too. Okay. All right. So we're coming up to my stand here. This is the funnel area. This is where I shot the deer.
Back. Back.
And this is my stand. I love this stand. And this stand is comfortable. So this stand will not be that stand will not be changed. I might have somebody raise it up a little higher. I think it's at 15 or 16, maybe 17. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna climb here, and we're going to take the seat down, and I also put some leaves, artificial leaves up behind me. So I'm taking all that down and leave it at the base here, and then I'm gonna go take off, and we're gonna head that away. All right, I'll get back with you. Okay, well, got the tree seat down and the other thing down too. So this is where we're gonna start at today. All right, we searched all over that way, and it's big over there, so we searched out all over here, but we never got over this side and beyond over here. So I'm going to go up and down. I have a tracker on my phone. It's going to track and see where I need to. I'm going to make go straight, go out. See this scrape? It's just done. Looked like yesterday morning. It's cool. Yeah, this is their nature. They still scrape all year round. That's nothing. But that's cool though. Okay, so I'll turn it back on when I do find them. I don't want to bore y'all, me walking through the woods, because it's going to be boredom. So if I find them, I'm going to turn them back on. All right, I've been walking for about an hour, okay? And you can't see it because of the GoPro. There is some horns in the swamp sticking out of that ice there. So let's go see what it is. It could be the deer I shot, or it could be a deadhead. First of all, I don't know if I can even get on this. Well, it doesn't. It's not gonna be that deep, but it is. It is horns. Yep. Yeah, it's a deadhead. Yep, that's it. There goes a deer. I found it. Look at all the bones around it. That tree stand is about 100, 150, 160 yards. I mean 180. That's him. That is him, guys. Yep. Oh, guys, I am so happy that we found him. I couldn't, you know what? He laid right here and died right here. I would never found him. I don't know. Well, you gotta remember, it's the first of October. So it was all green in here. This is still so thick, and we never did find no blood. So there is jaw right there too. So all right, I'm gonna sit this over here. Wow, look at all that. Look at his rib cages and stuff. Ooh, I got my tag too, so I just can't believe I found it. Oh my God. That is such a, I am such, I'm stoked. I'm not lying. I hope you can see that. All right. Yep, that's him. Oh man. Oh wow, look at that. When he came in this side, my tree stand's like this. I saw him bend down and I just saw how his front curved in. And I had recognized him from my buddies, my friend Craig. He had a picture of him, a couple pictures of him. And as soon as he bent down, like I said, I was messing with my camera, so it was my first year with the camera. So I was messing with the camera, and I had it on, and I saw him bent down. And then he raised up, and he turned and looked, and I saw this. That's good enough for me, and I saw how tall he was. I didn't see none of this stuff right here he had. I didn't see none of that. So I had the camera on, so I couldn't get the camera. It was like at 8:20 or something. It was still dark in there with all the foliage. Oh shit. I don't think y'all can see me. Hold on. Okay. So it was dark inside the woods, so I couldn't get my camera. You know, it was just too dark. I couldn't get the iOS to work, and it was just, I couldn't do it. So I ended up pushing the camera out the way, and the rest is history. I told you all about the story. So this is what I was talking about, your responsibility. In one of my videos, I said that you don't give up. You know, that's one thing. But as a hunter, you got to give all your effort to find that deer that you try to, you know, harvest. And you know, in hunting, it doesn't go right. You end up you know, making bad shots, and I made a bad shot on there, and it wasn't because I made a bad shot. I made a bad decision, and like I said, the tree was in his vitals. So instead of going to his front shoulder, I moved the tree is only about 3-4 inches thick. So I moved it over to the left and said, well, I'll hit, I wouldn't hit his guts, but I'll hit, you know, the liver maybe. Well, it kind of flew just a little bit more to the left than I wanted to, and it got his guts and his pouch. I mean, his pouch, stomach pouch. So, but it's your responsibility to go out there and try to find them. You know, I was gonna go and look. I did a gridded look, and I'm gonna go ahead and search for them for about 3 more days because we got good weather coming in. I mean, it's in now, so. But we found him, so he's gonna look pretty on my wall. Yeah, you could tell how dark this was, so you could tell how early season this was. So all this stuff right here, the sun had bleached it. But I am so happy. So happy, guys. Oh, I want to age this deer too, so I'll take his bottom teeth here with me. So he's actually a, wow, hold on now, 6, 7, 8, he's a 9 point. Beautiful. He still got hair around him, so hey man, all right. Well, we're gonna get out of here. He had his front teeth still. Wow. What a dandy. I mean, what a buck. I am so well. What a buck, man. Ooh, I gotta tell you, story here. I had surgery, like I was telling you in earlier. And the surgery was I had a wrist surgery in 2012. I had a wrist surgery, a whole complete fusion in my wrist, a plate with 12 screws, and it fused. I can't bend it very far. I can't move it. Then after that, I had back surgery. So I had back-to-back surgeries, and I hunted on the 12th. 2012. I hunted. Last day I hunted. And that was my last time I took a buck. My surgery was December 14th or something like that. And so I took a buck. It was a 6 point. Because I wasn't going to hunt the rest of the season, so I wanted to fill my tag. So I needed some meat, so I did take a young deer. There's nothing wrong with that. And then I haven't had a deer since then. I have been on a drought for a long time, and that's because of my wrist. It took me 2 years, 2013 and 14, to get back and pulling a bow. I couldn't even pull my bow, hardly. So I did go out, but I knew when a deer came, I couldn't hardly pull it. But I had to get myself back together, and I have been. 2015 and 16, that was great. I could pull my bow back, I could practice, and just didn't have no luck. Had some bad luck here and there, and ended up missing some deer, nice mature deer. Terrible, man. It was just a downhill ever since. My morale was gone. So, but this is a long time in the hard work of survival for me. Is surgeries and coming back and hunting, and this right here makes it all priceless to me. So I'll get back with you guys.